This is my big black mama after the extreme pruning. There's a lot of new growth coming back all over. Knock on wood, I haven't seen any more aphids. I sprayed several, 2 or 3 times a day for about a week after pruning, and the Jamaican hot chocolate is looking good too. A lot of new growth. So it's coming back. This is my cracky carbonero back in here. It's kind of mixing. There's that pod that's still on there. Here's my Jay's Peach Ghost Scorpion. Nice long trunk. It's got a lot of new growth coming back. These are the last few that I need to deal with. I've got a Black Vitale and Chocolate Primo Reaper. This is an orange brain strain, mustard Moruga brain, Peruvian Serrano, and Thai Dragon. These two are in little mini cracky setups. This is another Thai Dragon here, and that's a yellow Chiltepin. The Chiltepin looks a little rough because I let it dry out the other day, but it came back mostly. I think it'll be okay. Here's my Bhut Assam in the aeroponics system. I moved it down. As you can see, it's about the same height as the big black mama. It's really way too close to the lights. The leaves kind of weird looking. It's been kind of like that even since it was young. The bigger leaves are all kind of thick and scrunchy. The newer growth comes out good, you know. So I don't know if it's something wrong with it or. And these look fine. But I noticed too, like the older leaves on the bottom turn kind of yellow and they get little spots on them. Don't think it's BLS. Could be a pigmentation from the light. I don't know. But all the older leaves do that. From the bottom up, they start to turn yellow and they fall off. I don't know. It could be a deficiency or an overdose. I really don't know. Overall, I mean, it's looking pretty good and it's still growing. I think just in case there's I don't think it's mites, but I know sometimes, I think they cause a more severe leaf deformation and curling, but I'm going to dust it with sulfur just to be safe, although I don't think it is. And I'm also going to cut back on the nutrients. It's been getting about 900 ppm. I want to cut it back to about half that. And actually what I'm going to do for now is, as it's sucking up, I'm just going to top it off with just water and not put more in, just to kind of give it a break and see if that helps. And also I just fairly recently moved it down from the light, so that may help it too. Anyway, I'll post updates on how it does. Okay, these are my outdoor peppers. I'm going to go over all of these right now, but I just gave them a dusting of sulfur, just more as a preventive. I haven't noticed anything going on, but there's a red brain strain. Bolsa de Dulce, looking really good. Jigsaw. This Tabasco is really growing. Here's my Sarrigat, and it's got a pod turning ripe. This Bootla Brown SLP looks good. This is what I marked when I potted it up, and it's grown that much. Same with the Mayan Love Pepper. I marked it there, and It's really doing well. It's got a lot of little pods on there. It's my Black Naga. This IE Fantasy still looks good. It's not really, well, it's growing a little, maybe a couple inches. Still got these big fruits on there. There's 3 of them. Some of the excess off there. There's that Caramel Moruga Scorpion. We got 2 of these growing. Mahi Peruvian's really taken off. That's the mark when I started it, and it's up to there now. It's got a lot of little fruits popping up. This Demonics Paper Lantern cross with Butch Tea Yellow. So far no fruits, but it does have some blooms. This Nagamorich is really taken off. This is the start mark height here on the 7th, and that's up to here now. The 7-pod Burgundy's got some really pretty pods on it. Big Black Mama has got some fruits. It's my Black Vitale. I didn't mark it because I've got a different stake here, but it's like a really nice looking plant. It looks like a little baby pod forming. Pod Fingers are one of them. Actually, it's the only one. I gave them the other one away. But it's got a bunch of little fruits. I want to make some powders, either powders or I might attempt a sriracha style hot sauce with these this year. I think it'll be good for either. I don't know how well my sauce will come out. I'm not that good at making it, but it's fun to experiment anyway. Here's my small large orange Thai. Still not growing a lot. It's Peach Boot. And this is from a seed that I saved from last year, from the one that I've got overwintered. It's West Indies Red, Jay's Ghost Peach, a little ladybug on there. It's my CGN 2800, and this obviously has probably been crossed. This is from some of my open pollinated save seed from last year, but the fruits are, the fruits on this are supposed to be real small round balls and clusters, so it's got sort of elongated larger fruits. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out. I had to kind of backtrack to see some of my older videos, get an idea where it was, what it was next to, and figure out what the other parent was. Salsa Garden has got fruits. There's my Craig's Grand Jalapeno, and it's got a couple in there. My Cali Wonder, it's got a little bell pepper. Poblano's got a fruit on it, and these are my 10 Fingers of Naples. They're really taking off. I dusted these guys too. There's a little bloom on that one. And these are determinate tomato plants, so they shouldn't get excessively large, but they're growing really well. This is my overwintered Peach Boot, and it's putting out a bunch of nice, more normal looking shaped pods, since it's had room for the roots to grow and good light. All elongated. It's my Devil's Heart. It's got some fruits on it as well. This is one of the hottest peppers I've ever eaten. I ate a pod from it last year. I almost panicked. I felt like my throat was closing up. It's really, really hot. It's one of the pepper lover strains. I don't know what the lineage is. It looks like it's some kind of 7-pot cross, maybe. I don't know. Bohemian Goat. It has some small pods on it. And my 7-pot Rennie Chocolate. Okay, this is my RRC 420 Moruga Scorpion, and the self-warding container that I made. It's a tiny little sight glass. Looks like I need to add some nutrients. I dusted this with sulfur too. That's why it looks kind of dusty, but looks like pollen. It's really sulfur. Anyway, I transferred it, and for the longest time it was doing absolutely nothing, but it's finally starting to put out some growth. So that's promising. I think it was probably in transplant shock because the roots are really well established. I mean, they came all the way to the bottom, and I filled around it with potting mix, and I've got master blend in the reservoir I'm filling with, and I've got a build video on how I made this. One, I kind of wanted to make sure it was working okay, and also, and two, I just haven't had time to finish editing it, but I'll put that out eventually, assuming it does well. I just want to show you real quick, got my drip system working. This is a timer, inline filter, pressure reducer. If you buy a kit from Drip Depot, all this part comes with. This is my 1/2-inch line. And last year I had a line to go to my in-ground plants. This is a shut-off valve, so I'm not using it right now. And so I got line going down this row, and then this row. You kind of see the sometimes if they're angled back, they'll just run down the thing, but it's still dripping either way. See, it's just running down, but it's still getting there. These are the lowest rate emitters I've got, but they work fine. You just have to run it a little longer. And I don't really need them right now. There's enough water in the mix still, but I just wanted to get it working for when I do need it. Anyway, I just want to show you that, and if you like my video, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching.